Alright, I'm going to show you how to add some keys on the keyboard real quick. And you can see I got a few placed around on this keyboard already. Now this top row, as you can see, I'm trying to find out where all the keys are kind of uniform. See if I got 4 here, then they're spaced over 4 more, 4 more. But the last row's got 3, so we can do them separately. And here's this main one right here. This is where there's a lot of keys, and they're pretty much all the same size. There's a few offsets, and like the space bar is quite large, so we can do that separately. But we want to get we want to add as much as we can on here the quickest way. Then we can go back and adjust them as we go along. So with that said, we're going to select this one here, then we're going to use the multicopy, and we're going to add a couple more here. Then we're going to, here's the offset. As you can see, by default, a lot of times it just butts them up next to each other. If you want to offset them, I'm keeping an eye on this last one, and we're going to validate it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and shift click this last one and right click and group. And then we're going to take that group and we're going to move it over. We're going to do another one here. I'm going to use a scroll mouse wheel in here, and I believe I can go over another set over here. That looks good, and we're going to validate it. Shift click this one, right click and group. Alright, this one's going to be a little different. We're going to go down on this one. We're going to go down the keyboard, and we're going to use the multi-copy again, and we're going to, this is the offset. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, which is going to set this to 0 by default, and they're actually stacked on top of each other right now. So I'll select the minus in here, going down the y-axis, and press enter. And we're going to add some keys down here. As you can see, the last one does not quite meet where it's going. Drag in here, use the scroll mouse wheel while I'm looking, and validate that. Now these are grouped. Now I'm going to go across, so I need to ungroup these by right clicking and ungroup. So we'll select this one here, and once again we'll select here. I'm going to add one more just to look at it. Use the scroll mouse wheel, adjust them. Now they should be evenly across once I start adding them. So as you can see, they're kind of getting apart. So what we need to do is use the scroll mouse wheel again to adjust them. That looks good. Hold the shift key and select this one here since we got the top row, and we'll right click and group. And then we're going to repeat with this one here. But this one here, I'm going to go ahead and leave this one approximately about center here. Control C, Control V. And we can scale that one later because it's an offset one. We can do that later. So we want to make sure this first one's aligned. You can activate the transparency, which I already had on, if you want to take a look at it a little bit better. And multi-copy again. And I'm going to go ahead and adjust that a little bit right there. And we'll work our way across. Always look at that last one to make sure everything's aligned. You can type a value in here, or use a scroll wheel. Sometimes scroll wheel's too much and you have to type it to kind of make it so it don't go so far. Alright, we're going to go ahead and shift click this one here. Sometimes the shift click does not work, so if I was selecting here, hold the control key and come over here and click this one here, right click and group. And same way with this one, we're going to move this one over. See, this one above there is not grouped. That way we can scale it without messing with the other ones later on. They're easier to select like that when they're not grouped. Control C and Control V. As long as we're grabbing this little handle and moving one direction directly across, we're fine. As you can see, these keys kind of stagger from one another, and we're going to go ahead and adjust these. Alright, that looks looking like it's on its way to going the way across. Let's try 40 in that one there. Needs a little more help. And we're going to go ahead and validate that. Control click that one, right click and group. C and V. Alright, I think you're getting the hint. Move all the way across. Let me add this down a little bit. I'm going to double check something real quick. Sometimes if you do just a couple of them instead of going all the way across, you can see what you're doing. That looks good. Right click and group. These here are not evenly spaced from the 3. The 2 are over here, so all I can do is just go ahead and C and V. And if I want to evenly space them apart, I can just do it like this. Not a problem. And the same way with this one here. We'll go down. Whoops. Ungroup these. Or actually, we could take this one, shift click this one, and group it. Since these are all the way going evenly across, then I'll just go ahead and multi-copy that across and make it a lot easier. Validate that. Right click and group it. Actually, we can just ungroup this real quick. I think I can be able to use these 3 up. I'll just go ahead and take these 3 here, Control C and V. I believe I can use these up here, so I think that'll work. And we can use the snap align here. We'll use this snap align, so what I'll do is select it right here, and we'll go ahead and line this one with this point here. Let me Control Z that. I'm going to do something different. I'm just going to select this one here, this axis here. If I move it up and down, you can see it over here moving. I'll just take that here. I want these directly across, and I'll just paste that in there. Alright, with that done, we'll just go ahead and put these back together. And do the same way with this one. I can do these down or across, it don't matter on this one, I believe. I'll do this one a little different. click and group them. And you can see that one was way off, so we'll set this to 1. Let's see what this does. Alright, at least I got it halfway close. Well, it don't look too bad. Right click. I don't know what happened there, but let's see that. Something went wrong there, but I got it fixed by the Control Z helped fix that. Let's look at the keys once again. Everything seems to be all lined up. And that's how you can do that, and then you can go back and adjust all your keys if you want, like put this one here, this one here, Control C, Control V, put it about in the center, scale it out. I'm just looking around here, so I'll just Control V this since I already have a copy. As I can go back here and line the axes up with this other one if I wanted to, but I'm just going to eyeball this for now, so it'll speed it up. Like I said, if I wanted to get precise, I could just copy that one. And we'll just start scaling these out as I go along. What I should have did is went ahead and finished this one all the way across. This one here, all the keys look the same. Probably could use multi-copy. Go to Windows Normal. That's the second time that's done that to me, so let me try that again. Right click. We're going to get this again. Control Z. I don't know why that's removing that. Right click and group to root. Alright, there it goes. I think you get the hint how to do the rest of them. It's pretty simple. But that's a pretty quick way to doing it. One last little note here, as you can see when I was trying to line this one up here, when I was copying and pasting this in the Y value, you can also do this. Just go ahead and go in here into the same group, and we'll just scroll down and just select anything in that main group there, and we'll just Control C and Control V that. That way it's directly across, and we ain't got to copy and paste that in there, and we can just, no adjustments, just a little copy and paste. Group that back in there, and I think that's the end of it. Thank you very much.